What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin. Now I want to talk about this whole thing with Nintendo and the problem. This is another one of the problems that they're having. And as you well know, I own a Wii U, so I played the games. I own Smash Bros. I own Mario Kart. I own Zelda Wind Waker, and I plan on getting Bayonetta too. And there are a few games that I will talk about in my E3, not Nintendo E3 video, kind of like predictions and what I want to see from Nintendo. May not see it, maybe so, but the problem with Nintendo is, and this is one of many, underpowered system. It's a fact that it's less powerful than the Xbox One and the PS4. That's a fact, and it's clearly evident. And it's clearly evident in this article about Project Cars. I believe the one of the lead designers. I may have got his title wrong, but his name is Ian Bale, and he kind of talked about it. He actually gave because they got a lot of criticism after that first article a few days back, saying how they were struggling for Project Cars to run on the Wii U. They say they were getting around 23 frames at about 720p, and their target was 30 plus. Obviously you want to go 1080p, but if you can get 720, I don't think the resolution would have been as big of a problem. They could have got the frame rate. Frame rate is definitely important in games. You want to get, you want that you want the gameplay to be smoother. So they couldn't get 30 frames. They were getting 23, and coming into it, the game released May 12th for Xbox One, PS4, and released May 6th for PC. Now, before this, they did say that it was going to come to those three platforms and maybe the Wii U. Now, he reiterated that he said maybe. So, they've said it's not coming to, pretty much in a nutshell, they said it's not coming to the Wii U based on some of the things I just said. I will have the article down in the description of, some exactly what he said, but I pretty much gave the gist of what was said. Now, Nintendo, when the Wii U first came out, they were beating the competition to the market, but they made a huge mistake in terms of power. They felt as though they can have a less powerful system, make it cheaper, which is a good idea, but then you run into these situations where you got a game that did pretty well in terms of review scores, and a game that probably people would have. I don't know how it was sold on Wii U, because third parties don't really sell that well on Wii U. That's why a lot of third parties have left, have forego making games for the Nintendo Wii U, and it's something that's been going back a few generations. So I understand why the Nintendo fans are pissed, because they've been going through this with different third-party companies. EA, Ubisoft said Watch Dogs was going to be the last really big title. They're going to focus on like party games, Just Dance, and whatever smaller party games that are gonna that they decide to come out with. And it's a reason why the Nintendo has so many droughts. Is third party, and it's also I get a lot of these developers have trouble with getting the game to where they want it to, because it was the same thing with Arkham Knights. I remember doing a video back a while back. There was an article a while back where they said it wasn't coming to the Wii U, because they were asked that question, would it come to the Wii U, and they said they wouldn't be able to get the game to look the way they wanted it to, get the game to run as smoothly as they wanted it to. And it's essentially the same thing. The guys from I think Slightly Mad Studios, the guys that's making Project Cars, they essentially said that exact same thing. So looking into the future with Nintendo, because they did say they were gonna just unfortunately they're gonna still try with the Wii U, but I don't see it as a possibility. So they're waiting for that next system, that NX, which is a code name. So they're gonna probably go with another name, probably a really stupid name, maybe. Wii U's not that bad of a name, just joking, but they could go. It will be a different name, and they said they want to go with the next console. Hopefully, it will be much more powerful, and they will go with power more so than what they're doing this generation by making it significantly weaker than the competition. Also, another thing I wanted to point out was if, with the NX, speaking about the NX, with the NX, if they're following the same things that they're doing now, and I said this in my video when I talked about the NX, they won't talk about it at E3. They're gonna focus on Wii U, 3DS. They need to focus mainly on Wii U. 3DS is doing fine. New 3DS, whatever. They need to focus on that Wii U and try to put out some games. Xenoblade has to come out this year, especially if Zelda's not. Xenoblade has to come out this year. But with the NX, looking ahead for the NX, to me it still seems early for them to publicly announce it. But it is what it is. If they follow the same things they've been doing with this generation, they're gonna have the same issues. Lack of third-party support. They need to get with the times in terms of online functionality. Now they did improve. Mario Kart runs well. Smash Brothers definitely runs better than Brawl. And those really the only two games that I mainly play online. But those games run well, especially in comparison to the Wii's infrastructure. But they still lag behind the PS4 and the Xbox One. So there's another place they need to improve. Chat, advertising, they still don't understand necessarily the Western market. Of course, power is a big one. They definitely need to improve the console's power. The next console, so that way it can be more in line with whatever Sony or Microsoft decides to come out with in the future. Now, it was something else I wanted to cover. Forget about it. Looking ahead for Nintendo, will this be a reoccurring problem? I don't like to be all bad with Nintendo, but this video comes off as definitely negative, but it's a problem we see. And throw out with the devs, whatever the devs don't like Nintendo, whatever, throw that shit out. Throw all that out. The game does not run on the Wii U. The problem, third-party relations. I feel like a fucking broken record, keep mentioning the same shit, but it's a problem and it's an issue that definitely has to get addressed. And a lot of people like to gloss over it, don't like to talk about it, but it's definitely a problem that Nintendo is having. It's the reason they're behind in terms of sales, especially with the when they had the Wii and it really blew up in terms of sales, and that was mainly casuals. But with the Wii U, a lot of people feel as though I have a Wii, so why do I need a Wii U? And that was the whole reason. That was a reason why the Wii didn't sell the way it did. But for hardcore gamers, you want to see some of those. And I will talk about some of the games I want to see, as I said. But you want to see third party. It's been a 6-month drought. Last game that came out was Captain Toad. You want games in between that. That's what third parties are for. Look at Sony. Bloodborne came out March. But they had games that fill the time. Project Cars, the game I've been talking about. The Witcher came out. And also, you got Batman coming out. Now, Nintendo did have Splatoon that came out. Splatoon. Yeah. No. I don't want to play that game. If you want to play that game, more power to you, but I really don't care about that game. I'm not gonna take what exclusives I want to the video, but I want something else other than that shit. But let me know what you think down in the comment section about this whole Nintendo thing. What you think about NX, and do you see this being an issue for Nintendo going forward? Unfortunately, I don't want it to be so, but it just doesn't seem like it's gonna change this generation. They're gonna need the next generation to fix a lot of these issues. Of course, hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.